Hello there, Bradley from B-Rad TV here, temporarily live in New York again. I'm by the duck pond in Central Park, and yes, it's still raining quite heavily. I've got this lovely red poncho on. I've got an umbrella over the camera here, so if anything comes into shot, that'll be the top of this umbrella, keeping my not waterproof camera dry. Look at this, yay, it's the duck pond. If you read Catcher in the Rye. And behind me up here, that's the plaza from Home Alone 2. Oh, so I'm not letting this rain and not sun stop me on my video spree today in New York. And now I just want to talk about not taking yourself too seriously. Now, there's enough people out there in the real world and on the internet, whatever, that are going to judge you, scrutinise you, and, well, try and make you think they're taking you seriously, but they're just going to judge you and treat you mean. Oh, so you really don't need to do that to yourself. I spent so long taking myself so seriously, overthinking everything, analysing, scrutinising, breaking down everything I was doing, not just creatively when I'm making and doing things, but with my life and social situations as well, to the point where it stopped me doing things, and creatively it would stop me starting projects, it would stop me finishing projects. Really, a good word would be perfectionist. If you're too much of a perfectionist, don't take yourself and life too seriously, because it will hinder you massively. Now, some people, bear in mind, this does really only apply to overthinking perfectionists. Some people may need to take themselves and life more seriously, invest in themselves and their future. So if that's you, I think you know who you are. Do take yourself and life a bit more seriously. But for you overthinking perfectionists like me, don't take yourself and life too seriously. This whole thing is an adventure. Even when problems come along and you're dealing with things, it's all part of this mad game of life. It might not be pleasurable. Obviously there'll be some tough times, but even then, don't take yourself too seriously and try and think of it as part of this great adventure. Now, I always like the Ryan Reynolds film Van Wilder Party Liaison, and there's a quote in there that I never really understood. Don't take life too seriously or you'll never get out alive. And that didn't make sense, because we're all going to die, so no one gets out of life alive. But then I thought about it, and yeah, getting philosophical over Van Wilder, brilliant one, Bradley. I thought about it a bit more, and I think it applies to, say, a situation in life that presents itself. So if you find yourself in a particular situation, don't take it too seriously or you won't get out alive, which I think is actually really quite a clever little saying. If you go into something, you're taking it deadly seriously and you're really overwhelming yourself and trying to make sure that everything you do is perfect so you don't feel any pain and there's nothing that ever could possibly go wrong, you'll either stagnate and not do anything, or you'll drive yourself mad, or you'll overthink so much you'll force yourself into making a mistake because you've just overwhelmed your brain and you can't think rationally. So I think that quote, we could more say, don't take serious situations and problems too seriously. Now that sounds really bad, because if you have problems you need to deal with them, obviously. Don't just have a laugh and joke and carpe diem. This video really is take it with a pinch of salt, and it doesn't apply to everybody. If it applies to you, you know who you are and you can use this to help you. Even if it doesn't apply to you, keep hold of it maybe. Think about it for the future, but if you need to take yourself more seriously, then do that. But you overthinking perfectionists, if you're creating something, if you're working on something, just throw quality control out of the window. Do it for a month. Imagine that. Just for 1 month, throw your normal quality control out of the window. Make something, full stop, leave it, done, move on to the next thing. Do that for a month and see how much you've got. And then maybe the first week of the next month, then go over it and perfect it and things. But say, especially some of the stuff I do, writing, whatever, I'll do something, and then even now, looking back on stuff I did a year or so ago, I think, oh, I'd change this, I'd want to change that. But if I kept doing that, I'd only ever work on one thing. I'd just take that one thing so seriously and never move on or create anything else. Really learning to not take myself so seriously and what I do so seriously really opened up my mind, opened up the possibilities, and opened up like the amount of stuff and the enthusiasm with which I create and do things. And now the thing is, I have a very strong work ethic, so with my work I take it very seriously. Even with my creative things that I do, I take them seriously. I really do. Like I want to edit this video so you can enjoy it and coherently understand me, but I'm not too worried about swapping hands with the camera, knocking it with the umbrella, it's raining, I've got a red poncho on. I'm not worried about that sort of thing. So I do take things that matter seriously. But with regards to, say, judging myself and being a perfectionist, I've really had to slam the brakes on and make a conscious effort to give myself a break. Give myself some time off from judging myself and having a laugh and enjoying life and myself has been a massive freeing experience, and it has worked to benefit me in every way, creatively, socially, everything. And social situations especially, I tend to only say things if they really matter, and as you can tell, I say very heavy cosmic things that don't really matter to people when they're talking about gossip magazines and reality TV. So sometimes not everyone gets what I'm saying. If I took myself super seriously and was worried about what everyone was thinking about what I'm saying, I wouldn't have been able to embrace who I am, and I wouldn't have become so happy with myself. So when I turned around some people on my Ghostbusters tour that I did, I keep ranting about that incredible time I had doing that video. Oh yeah, I'm just going to walk around New York doing this thing in costume for my YouTube, going on these locations. And so I've said that to like a group of 3 or 4 people, and they just sort of were just in silence, because it's weird, it's not the normal thing. Ugh. But for me, one of the best experiences of my life, and if you've watched the video, you'll see genuine enthusiasm enjoying that video. And if I took myself too seriously, and I wanted to be the cool guy, not only would I probably not have done that, but I definitely wouldn't be so proud to tell people. It's like, I just don't care. It just doesn't matter what these other people are going to say about me dressing up as a Ghostbuster and walking around New York. All my videos now are coming down to a similar sort of thinking, logic and message I want to spread, and that really is live for yourself and live for joy. I'm getting drenched. Now this is where not taking yourself too seriously can sort of come into play, because I thought I'd come to the park and do this video, poncho, umbrella over the camera, whatever, but it's chucking it down. And now part of me thinks, Bradley, it's chucking it down. Why have you come to Central Park to do a video? Then another part of me thinks, I'll be back in England soon, and am I going to be sat there next to my heated radiator in the warm editing this video thinking, oh, I'm annoyed I went out into Central Park when it was wet, or am I going to be thinking, oh, I wish I'd stayed in my hotel room? So waking up this morning, not taking myself too seriously and not worrying. That's what it is as well, yeah, don't take yourself and life too seriously and don't worry so much. Hopefully my silly rambling in the rain has got you thinking positively about something. There's the plaza, there he is. Oh. Right, I'm going to shoot another video. I'm on a roll today, I think, in the rain in New York. So don't take yourself too seriously. Have fun with yourself. Have fun with life. Other people are going to judge you and be harsh, so you definitely don't need to be that to yourself. Take care, guys, and be rad.